Our new 70 Battle Mixer delivers intuitive, best-in-class performance. Built from the same intricate DNA that makes every RANE product stand out, the RANE 70's intuitive layout takes a forward-thinking, yet familiar approach to performance possibilities. Weighing in at a competitive 12 pounds and 17 inches in length, its all-metal construction makes this solid mixer built to last from gig to gig. The 70 introduces 3 new ultralight Mag 4 faders. This new design is our latest yet and delivers our high-quality patented technology along with external crossfader tension adjusts. The 6 radio-style FX buttons give DJs instant access to RANE's internal post-fader flex effects as well as Serato DJ Pro's software effects. The 70's dedicated loop sections and instant double buttons are intuitively laid out for the most demanding of turntablists with option control for sync and silent cue, while dual-layer performance pads give inspiring and creative options for any routine. The 70 is a 2-channel Serato DJ Pro enabled mixer, so getting started is as easy as downloading Serato DJ Pro software from Serato's website and connecting your computer via USB. When the 70 is detected by Serato DJ Pro, it will unlock the full complete software along with DVS. No license needed. Ensure Serato DJ Pro is open on your laptop and connect a USB cable from the laptop to either port A or B on the 70. Note that 2 laptops can be connected at any time to ensure smooth changeovers. Once connected, use the scroll load encoder to move up and down crates. Pressing the encoder knob will load the highlighted song to the selected deck. To move to a different crate, press the back button to move the selector bar to the crate list. Once you've selected a crate, press the scroll load encoder knob to view that crate. Press load prep button to add songs to the prepare window. You can also access the prepare window in Serato DJ Pro from your RANE 70. Hold shift plus the load prep button to show or hide the prepare window in Serato DJ Pro. The dedicated loop sections for each deck provide quick and easy access to loop any track. You can double or half the loop length with the associated buttons in the new dedicated loop section. To activate the loop, simply toggle the loop on-off button. Holding shift plus on-off will re-loop the track. To set a manual loop, hold shift plus loop in to set your loop in point, and shift plus loop out to close the loop. Holding shift plus loop on off will also re-loop your manually set loop. The 70 has 16 Akai professional MPC pads that work independently for each deck. This means that you can trigger samples from one deck and use hot cues on the other deck. Pad Mode 1 gives you access to 8 hot cues, all color matched to your Serato DJ Pro music library settings. You can assign and access up to 8 cue points per deck when cue mode is engaged. To add a cue point, press any unlit pad at the point in the track that you'd like to return to. Notice that any cue points associated with the track are visible on the track overview. Press a lit cue button to return to that point. Delete a cue point by pressing shift and that corresponding pad. Pressing the cue mode button again engages pitch play mode. The cue mode button LED will be lit red. This allows you to play your cue points chromatically. You'll need to activate the included pitch and time license. In pitch play mode, each pad plays the track from a hot cue at a different pitch. Press shift and select one of your cue points. The pad with the original pitch will be lit white, and each pad now corresponds to a specific transposition by semitones. Change the range of pitches with the parameter buttons. To adjust the key of the current track up or down, press shift and the parameter buttons. Pad Mode 2 gives you access to your saved loops. To activate a saved loop, press the designated pad for your loop. Holding shift plus the pad again will trigger reloop. If you have purchased Serato Flip, pressing the Save Loops button again will bring up your saved flips for the currently playing track. Pad Mode 3 activates the roll function. In roll mode, each pad triggers a momentary loop roll. To trigger a loop roll, press and hold a pad. Releasing the pad stops the loop roll and resumes playback where the playhead would be had you not triggered the loop roll. The parameter buttons will double or halve the length of a playing loop. To shift the auto loop backwards or forward in time, hold Shift and press the parameter buttons. The software's loop grid determines the size of the loops available. Shift the loop grid with the parameter buttons, and the pad layout will shift to match it. In this mode, we have access to either 4 or 8 roll sizes. If you activate the beat jump controls in Serato DJ Pro setup menu, this will replace the bottom row of rolls with 4 beat jump controls. The 2 orange pads will change the selected number of bars for the beat jump. You will see this in Serato DJ under the roll loop section. The 2 red pads will make the currently playing track jump either forward or backward the amount of bars you have chosen from the current play position. Pad mode 4 gives you access to Serato DJ Sampler. In sampler mode, the pads will launch samples assigned in Serato Sampler. To enter sampler mode, press sampler so that it lights purple. To play a sample, press a lit pad. The pad will flash as the sample plays. To stop playback of a sample, hold Shift and press the pad again. To cycle through the sample banks, press the parameter buttons. To cycle through the sampler outputs, hold Shift and press the parameter buttons. The 70 also features dedicated hardware volume control knob for the sampler. Pad mode 5 presents you with the transport controls. The 70 has a transport mode so that you can perform with Serato DJ Pro, even without any additional control hardware or decks. In the top row, you have pitch bend and pitch slider controls. In the bottom row, you'll find the key lock toggle, sync, cue, and play pause. To switch between internal mode and relative mode, press Shift plus Pad 5. Switching to relative mode will allow you to resume control of playback with control vinyl or control CDs. Pad modes 3 and 5 have a second page that allows you to custom map these pages to any function inside of Serato DJ Pro that is MIDI mappable. Simply press pad mode 3 or 5 twice. You'll know you're in MIDI mapping mode once the performance pads are lit yellow. The new dedicated instant doubles buttons are intuitively placed by the up faders. Having this single press option to instantly double a track on the opposite deck is amazing, since most mixers or controllers require a double press. These buttons can also function as sync on-off in Serato DJ Pro, or silent cue. The silent cue is a huge new feature. When the button is pressed for either deck, that deck will be muted. This will let you silently cue up your track and instantly drop it with the press of a hot cue, letting you leave the faders open. Pressing Shift plus silent cue again will unmute the track as well. To change these functions, go to the main menu under Settings, Instant Double Buttons. The 70 introduces 3 brand new Mag 4 faders, fitted in both up faders and the crossfader. This new design is our latest yet and delivers all of our high-quality patented technology for faster, tighter cuts. The 70 also comes with an external tension adjust for the crossfader to quickly adjust the feel to suit your needs. You can customize the tension on the up faders by removing the faceplate and adjusting the tension screw directly on top of the fader carrier. All the faders on the RANE 70 are interchangeable and replaceable. Contour adjustments and reverse switches for each fader can be found on the front panel. The cut-in point for all 3 faders are customizable and can be found in the main menu, Cut and Adjust. Once here, you can choose the fader you'd like to adjust with the joystick, then use the parameter knob to select your cut-in point. 72 users will be able to purchase and upgrade to the Mag 4 faders after a future firmware update. Built into the RANE 70 are 6 radio-style internal effects, also known as flex effects. Flex effects can be instantly activated with a simple push of a button. In the effects section, you have echo, reverb, break, flanger, phaser, and delay. The parameter values for the selected flex effects will show up on the OLED screen. The effect depth, beat division, reverb decay will also show up here, along with your current track's BPM. The 70 gives you 2 independent depth knobs for decks 1 and 2, which allows for more freedom when controlling your FX engine during your performance. Using the beat joystick, you can quickly change the beats or decay of the flex effects you have selected by tapping the joystick up or down. Some of the built-in flex effects also have deeper features or settings that you can access by using the Shift button. Hold Shift plus Echo to change the type of echo. Use the time knob to select either a simple echo, duck echo, or a hold echo. In this view, you can also adjust the high-pass filter frequency and the amount of feedback. Holding Shift plus Reverb will bring up the room size for your reverb, where you have the options of small or large. Holding Shift plus Flanger allows you to change the feedback and switch the polarity between positive and negative. Holding Shift plus Phaser brings up the option to adjust the feedback. You can also activate your Serato effects from the 70 hardware. Press the Flex Effects button to toggle between the internal Flex Effects and Serato DJ Pro's software effects. Press this once and the blue LED will change to amber, indicating you're now controlling the software effects. You can have up to 3 Serato effects chosen for each deck. Using the depth knob for either deck 1 or 2 will increase or decrease the wet-dry mix. The OLED screen will display the effects you have chosen in Serato for each deck. You will also have the option of using the beat joystick to change the beat division of the selected effect by tapping the joystick up or down. To change the Serato effect assigned to any button, press and hold Shift plus the Serato effect you want to change. When the effects button begins to flash, use the time parameter knob to cycle through the available effects and press to assign. The 70 allows you to use either multiple Serato effects or one at a time, radio style. You can also choose whether you want to mix Serato effects with the 70's built-in flex effects. These options are available under the main menu. Press and hold Shift plus tap to open the menu and navigate to software effects. You'll see the option for multi-effects and mix flex effects. To adjust the BPM of either deck, select the deck by moving the joystick to the left or right. Then use the tap button to tap in a beat or enter a value manually with the time parameter knob. Once you have manually entered a BPM, the BPM will not reset until the user clears it out. To reset the tap tempo BPM, just hold the tap button for about 2 seconds. The effects paddles are made up of a die-cast aluminum, making them extremely durable. There is one for each deck to engage your effects. They have 2 functions of lock effects or latch on. Out of the box, to lock effects, you simply flip the switch in the up position, or to turn on momentarily, hold down to engage and release to turn off. The effects paddles are reversible if you'd prefer to have the lock and latch in the opposite positions. At the top of each deck is the input selection. If you're using Serato DJ Pro, you'll want to select either USB A or B, depending on which USB input your computer is connected to. Each channel has inputs for 2 additional analog sources as well. One is a dedicated line level input for an auxiliary input, and one is switchable between line level and phono level input. If you're using a turntable, you can adjust your input sensitivity at the back by flipping the dip switch from CD to phono. Moving down from there, you'll find the input level. Adjust this to match the input levels of your sources. Next, we have a 3-band full kill EQ. Turning a band all the way down will completely remove those frequencies from your track. Each deck has a dedicated hardware, low pass, and high pass filter. Turn to the left for low pass and to the right for high pass. The filter resonance for each channel can be adjusted in the menu under Menu, Settings, Filter Setup. Because these are built-in hardware filters, they'll work with any audio source. The pan of each deck is adjustable in the menu under Menu, Settings, Deck Settings. To swap the faders of channels 1 and 2, you can flip the deck swap switch on the front panel. The 70 has XLR main outputs and balanced 1/4-inch TRS booth outputs with controls on the top panel. You can choose between stereo and mono output in the menu under Menu, Settings, Audio Out. The left-right balance can be adjusted here as well. The 70 has 2 XLR 1/4-inch combo microphone inputs. Mic 1 controls can be found on the top panel and include level, tone, an on-off button, and a dedicated echo. The echo amount can be dialed in on the front panel. To engage auto duck, hold down the on button for about 3 seconds. This will lower the volume of your mix while you're speaking. Options for auto ducking release time can be found in the menu. Mic 2 controls can be found on the front panel and include an on-off switch, level, and tone. If you're recording your set, you have the option of removing mic 1 from your recording. You can find this option under Menu, Settings, Mic 1, Clean Feed. You also have the option to use the mic inputs with mono line level sources such as drum machines or keyboards. The mic line switches can be found on the back panel next to their respective inputs. The session input allows a second mixer or stereo audio source into your 70. There is a dedicated level control and a cue button to preview the session input. The session output is designed for mix teams to route team audio through a master mixer or send an additional feed out of the mixer to, say, an external recorder. Running left to right, we have a power switch, IEC power connection, dual USB port, a 12 USB hub, 2 phono ground terminals, and each deck has 2 RCA inputs for aux in or line phono in with input selector. The Q slider lets you blend and mix decks 1 and 2 in your headphones with more detail before sending it to your main output. Under the Q slider, you can adjust the level and blend of the Q mix. You can also adjust the tone settings of your headphones in the menu under Menu, Settings, Headphone Setup. On the front panel, you'll find individual contour controls for both up faders and the crossfader, as well as a reverse switch for each fader. Next to these, we have a headphone split Q option. By activating the split Q switch, you'll hear the Q mix in the left ear and the program mix in the right ear. There are both 1/8 inch and 1/4 inch headphone output jacks, as well as the 2 mic controls previously mentioned. The RANE 70 device settings app allows you to save your mixer setup preferences to your computer and upload them to the mixer at gig time. That means no matter which 70 mixer that you're performing on, it'll be set up to your liking. It also features a fader calibration option that allows you to recalibrate your up faders and crossfader. With the mixer connected and the RANE 70 device setting application open, go to File, Fader Calibration. Select the fader you'd like to calibrate. Follow the on-screen prompts from the app to calibrate the fader. The app will prompt you when you have successfully calibrated each fader. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And remember to subscribe to stay up to date with everything RANE.